What's up, guys? Welcome back to F4A. Now, I have another Hidden Gems episode for you. Now, this movie actually came back to me actually just in my head and everything from Passmore. He actually reminded me of this movie. The movie's called In Time. Now, this movie is based in the future, not the too distant future. I guess you can say I don't remember any year being said at all, but pretty much humanity is genetically altered from birth to age and stop aging until the age of 25. So if you're 25, congratulations, you're going to look like that for the rest of your life. Now, the way it works, however, is that the genetics comes with a price, and the way it works, the currency becomes time, like actual time. If And it also counts as your lifespan too, which is kind of crazy in the way it works. So if you want a cup of coffee, it costs you a minute 50, and that's a minute 50 off your actual life, your life. If you want to like pay your rent, it'll cost you say a month of your life. You want to expand your life, you actually have to work and everything. So in a way, the poor, they have to live day to day and everything. They got to eat, they got to sleep and everything. You still actually have to sleep. So even if you sleep for like 6 hours and such, that's 6 hours of your actual life. And that's 6 hours of, say, you not paying your gas bill, you not paying your rent, you not eating, say, like for like 2 days or something like that. You tend to not waste time if you're poor. The rich, however, they get to take life very slowly. So in a way, they're not really living, I guess you can say, because they have decades on their lifespan and on their clock, which is actually shown on your like forearm and such. And anyone can see that. So if you're in a way gonna rob someone, you have to like grab their wrist and then spin it over and spin it, then make sure and hold it there and such. People are mobsters and such will steal from the poor, and that's how they expand their lives. You can be an 87-year-old man who looks like a 25-year-old because that's how the world works. You can be a 200-year-old man who looks like a 25-year-old. It's hard to say like exactly how old a person actually is unless they actually say. Now, this movie is, think of it like, sort of like a modern Robin Hood movie. It's starring Justin Timberlake and everything. So he grew up poor, and then he meets a guy who's extremely rich, has decades and centuries to his name. He admits to him when that he's over 100 years old and that his body can keep moving, but his mind, it can't. So he ends up giving Justin Timberlake, who ends up saving his life, the century on his clock, and once the clock runs down to zero, you die. That's the crazy thing about it. You actually die. You feel like a large thump, and then just you die, and that's how life works in a way for it. And the interesting thing is too, like you can still die from in the movie and everything without the clock reaching zero, and that like clock on that your remaining time, it still reaches its like useless time afterwards. So you can have a decade on your arm, and you get shot, or you have a heart attack or something like that. The time on your wrist, it's useless. It's useless. All right, I won't reveal too much about the movie, but so I just gave you the premise of it and how it works and everything. I really like this movie. I think it's kind of like it's not talked about a lot. It wasn't that popular when it first came out, but just I think you guys would really like this. It's called In Time. It's starring Justin Timberlake. Go check it out and let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. See you guys next time. See ya.